No, you did. Spirit.
And we are live.
Hi. Oh shit.
Yeah. Hello. I feel like I should be checking people in right now. Welcome to class, everybody. Heather. 2 blocks. If you got blocks, get blocks. Okay. Just making sure. Face, what is it? YouTube. Making sure YouTube's good. Seems to be wigging out a little bit. Not sure why. Let me try. Okay, so I'm going to turn off the comments. And if you have any questions later on, please send me a message. Send me a direct message. Okay. If anything happens, go over to YouTube. It seems to be being weird. I don't know what it's doing. Sorry, guys. Whatever. We'll figure it out. Charlie, who's trying to hold Scott's hand?
Hi, I'm 420.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I mean, that happens. All right. So, we're going to set you up, right? So, we're going to sit up, both of you guys. The blocks, or whatever you have that's kind of this height, if it's books, it might be uncomfortable. You might need to put a blanket or a towel over it, but you're going to put it in the upper back. So, a block will be in the upper spine, flat side. There will then be a block under your head, medium side. So make sure you put the blocks down, then you're going to lie back. Make sure your bum is on the ground. The block should kind of look like this. Yeah, like a T, like a pulled apart capital T is what I normally say. So we'll lie back over the blocks, bring your arms out wide. Now, if this is not okay for your chest, your shoulders, or if there's anything going on, you can just lie flat on the ground. If it's not good to have your arms out wide, you can have them maybe elbows bent, hands on the body. Just another option is to put something under the triceps, and then choose what to do with your legs. Make sure your bum's on the ground so you're stable in the low spine, the pelvis. If you need to bring the soles of the feet flat to the ground with the knees bent, you can. Another option is to take a full butterfly with the feet together and the knees wide. Or if you want to take a broken bridge or constructive rest position, soles of the feet flat, feet wide, knees together. So just make it comfortable in the legs. Whatever feels good. If it is possible, the arms might even come further back behind you. So maybe in a little halo fashion, depending on how open you are in the underarms, through the lats, through the chest, through the upper back, is to if the arms will rest on the ground or not. So again, block or whatever you have that is a similar shape in the upper back, and then the other one goes under the back of the head. Now, if you normally take my class and you don't need the block that goes under the head, you don't have to use it. Again, the arms wide, or the arms can come further back, or even further back behind you. If that becomes way too much pressure, just bring the arms back out wide again. If you've got the arms back behind you and you've got one hand on top, take about another 2 more breaths, and then you'll swap the opposite hand or the opposite fingers on top. And then just start to allow the eyes to close if they're not yet closed. Let the breath start to move down into the low abdomen, low back. Breathing as deep as you can, even though the spine and the entire torso is in almost a compromised position. Try and breathe down past whatever prop you're using, so the low back at the top of the pelvis, the low abdomen at the front at the top of the pelvis. Notice how the breath moves in and out. If you can, start to bring it in and out of the nose. Relax the jaw. The mouth can be closed, just not clenching at the jaw. About 4 or 5 more breaths here. Notice if anything does start to get really tight or tense. Can you relax and maybe bring the body into a different position so you can really start to open up, especially through the front of the shoulders and just allowing a bit of opening through the spine. With the eyes closed, what do you hear? Is in this space of wherever you are. You don't hear all the noises that are here in the background. You might have different noises yourself. Any birds, any vehicles. Take one more full deep inhale breath. A full deep exhale. Now bring the soles of the feet flat to the ground. The hands might be needed to help that. And then roll over onto the side, whichever is comfortable. Remove the blocks and lie back on the ground. Put the blocks back beside you, just out of the way of the legs. This time, knees together, feet wide. And just let the spine relax into the ground beneath you. Arms again, wherever it feels good for you. Head, the shoulders, the pelvis gets heavy. Again, just being aware of your area. If you were to close your eyes right now, could you see in your mind what is in the area where you are? Without opening the eyes in your mind, can you picture whatever is around? If there's walls, furniture, something on the ceiling, the roof, the windows, are there ornaments, books, etc. Comfortable, walk the feet just a little bit wider. Again, if you have one hand on top, swap it over so it's the opposite hand on top. Just really allowing your focal point, your focus, your attention to be here where you are. Observing any of the sensations that stand out for the body. Any thoughts that come into the mind. Take 2 more breaths. One more full deep breath in. Full deep breath out. Bring the arms down by the side, feet about to a hip width position. Roll the shoulder heads back, pressing the triceps and palms down. Inhale, bridge pose. Lift the pelvis, then the spine up. Make the upper neck doesn't flatten or compress, lift the chin if it is. Exhale, slowly lower the spine back down. Inhale, slowly again, pelvis and spine lifts. Exhale, articulate back down. Okay. Inhale again, slowly come up. Bridge pose, press the feet flat, triceps back. Wrap the outer hips up. Exhale, slowly lower back down. One more time, inhale, bridge pose, slowly lift up. Now from here, at the top of bridge, hold it. So even if the pelvis is just off the ground, wherever you can, hold the body. If you need to walk your left foot just a little closer towards the center of the mat, you can. Start to lift the right foot off the ground. Now, that might mean just the right toes stay down or the right heel stays down. Maybe you can lift the entire right foot up. Maybe you can lift it straight up towards the sky. Really feel the left glute, the left hamstring working, even the quad, everything around the left side of the pelvis. Notice if the left knee wants to go out or in, keep it directly coming straight out of the hip point. And exhale, slowly lower the right foot back down. Move the feet back to about that hip width position. If you need the right foot to come a little closer to the center of the mat, again for stability, press the triceps down. Start to lift the left foot off the ground, whether that's the toes or the heel, or maybe the entire foot, where you can lift it straight up towards the sky. If it is lifted, again, push up through the entire left leg, right hip, quad, and hamstring start to hug in. Noticing again, if the right knee is wavering out, Bring it straight back in line with the right hip socket. Take another full breath in. And then bend the knee, lower the left foot back down. Inhale, hold, bridge pose. Keep wrapping the outer hips up, inner thighs down, lengthening the low back. Exhale, start to slowly lower the spine and pelvis back down. Widen the knees, bring the arms out wide to a T or goal post. Exhale, knees drop left. Just slowly move a little side to side. Inhale, back to the center. Have the feet as wide as it's comfortable. Exhale, knees drop right. Inhale, back to the center. Move to your breath, so the speed that works for you. Remember to always modify. Exhale, left. Modify if something doesn't feel right. See what starts to feel a bit better. Exhale, legs drop right. You might know your body, you might know the modifications. Inhale, center. You don't have to do it at all. It's kind of a good thing. Exhale, legs drop left. Inhale, center. Exhale, legs drop right. We'll do it 2 more times each side. So the good thing about this, you could just be sitting there listening. Hopefully you're not. Hopefully you're actually doing this. Legs drop left. You're getting something out of connecting the mind and the body and the presence and the breath. Legs right. Back to the center. Legs to the left. Last time each side. Inhale, center. Last one. Exhale, legs right. Bring the legs back to the center and then hug the knees to the chest. Take a little rock side to side and then grab behind the back of the knees. Rock backwards and forwards. Rock back onto the shoulders, rounding the spine forwards onto the pelvis. You might pause on the shoulders or making sure that the upper neck again doesn't press into the ground. You might pause on the pelvis in a boat pose or a semi-boat. About 4 or 5 more times. It's another good thing. And did you do this last at your house? Roll around on the ground. Two more. One more. Let's come up to a seated position. So if you need to sit up on something, please do. Cross the right shin in front of the left. Bring the heels out towards the outside of the knees. We'll inhale, lift the arms straight up to the sky. Exhale, bring the left hand down, right arm up and over. Press the right hip down. Flex the toes if you need. Inhale, arms lift back up to the sky. Exhale, right hand down, left arm comes over. Inhale, back up to the sky. Exhale, goal post the arms. Pull the chest up, elbows down. So think lift out of the low back. Inhale, arms to the sky. Now lead with your chest. Exhale, lean forwards. Hands come forwards. Chest is nice and neutral. Lifting forwards through the biceps. Inhale, arms lift straight back up. Exhale, hands to heart. Close your eyes. What would you like to gain out of this time here on your mat? What do you need? What do you want from this class? Think about that. You want to just learn something new about your body, learn a new way to move, new pose, etc. What is it that you need? What is it that you are wanting? Maybe just to connect a little bit deeper to you, to breathe, to feel better. Take a deep inhale breath. Open mouth, exhale. Cross the left shin in front of the right. Again, cross at the center of the shins, heels towards the outside of the knees. Toes flex, sit up. Something if you need to lift up. Inhale, arms to the sky. Start to the right side first. Right hand down, left arm over. Push the left hip down. Again, flex the toes if necessary. Inhale, lift straight back up. Exhale, left hand down, right arm over. Inhale, lift straight back up. Exhale, goal post the arms. Lift the chest up. Inhale, arms back up to the sky. Lead with the chest. Exhale, hands come out and down. They might not touch the ground, they might touch the legs, but keep the chest pulling forwards instead of rounding. Inhale again, lift the arms, move from the front of the rib cage. Exhale, hands to heart. Close the eyes one last time. Reconnect to that intention or the reason of why you're here today, what you are needing, what you are going to be gaining from this. Make it a really strong thing to connect to. A strong reason, a strong why. Take a full deep breath in. Open mouth, exhale. Let's come to a tabletop position, hands and knees. Have your blocks where they're at the top of the mat and they're going to be easy to grab. So if you have sensitive knees, you might put a blanket under the knees here. And now hands can either be on the blocks already or hands might be on the ground. We'll move through a little bit of spinal flexion and extension. Inhale for cow. So we extend the front of the spine. We lift the pelvis up, spread the collarbones. And exhale as you dome up the spine for cat pose, chin to chest, navel in. Again, inhale, lift the chest up, hamstrings up. And exhale as you dome for cat. One more time, inhale, cow. Lift the front of the spine, hamstrings. Exhale as you round for cat. We're going to add on now, but this time it's a little bit different. So open the knees wide, bring the big toes together. Inhale, cow. Exhale as you dome for cat. But this time you're going to pull your hips all the way back to the heels. Keep the hands on the blocks if they're there. Inhale, lift back up, cow. Pull the chest forwards and up. If you need to lean slightly forward, you can, coming into a modified cow. Exhale from the pelvis, pull the hips back as you dome the spine all the way back to a child's pose, hands stay grounded. Again, inhale, pull yourself forwards and up. Exhale as you pull the pelvis all the way back, rounding through the spine, hips back to the heels. Last one. Inhale, pull yourself again forwards and up, coming only as far as it's comfortable for you. Pull the shoulders back. And exhale, pull from the front of the pelvis all the way back, rounding hips to heels. Let's stay in a child's pose. So now the hands will be on the blocks. We are going to use them. So I want you to think, if this is uncomfortable for you, you can do this on the ground. If your chest or your forehead is not, if your body's quite a far bit off the ground, put something under the chest, maybe something under the forehead, or just keep the body nice and connected, so hugging the outer hips in. Start to press your hands down into the blocks, about 50% of what the strength of the body has, the shoulders. As you push the hands down, make sure that the upper body, the head, the chest, is not moving at all. So it's not lifting as you're trying to press down. Start to press a little bit harder. So press maybe 70% of the strength of the body. Keep breathing. If you do take your J breath, you're more than welcome to take it at this class. And now start to press just a little bit harder. And now keep the press of the left hand. Can you lift the right hand off the block without the body lifting? Then lower the right hand down. Start to press the right hand down. Can you lift the left hand up? Lower the left hand down. Inhale, come back up for cow pose. Lift the chest forwards and up. Exhale, pull the hips back to that child's pose. We're going to do that again. So this time, push the hands about 50%. 60, 70, 80, 90. Keep the left hand pressing. Can you lift the right hand? Even just thinking that it's lifted, just create the action in your mind. Lower the right hand down. Press the right hand down. Can you lift the left hand? Lower the left hand down. Inhale, lift up, cow. Exhale, pull the hips back, cat. Hips to heels. This time, press the hands down about 50%. 60. Feel it coming from the upper back. 70. 80. 90. Now, can you lift both hands off the blocks? Oh, that doesn't work. Can you lift both hands up? Nope. That's all right. Think about it. So keep the chest down. Not quite like that. Stop, please. So think of lifting the hands up. So you're going to start to activate at the upper back without forcing anything, without jolting anything. Just think of lifting so you're really pulling up from the upper back, the top of the shoulders, and then hands back down onto the blocks if they lifted. Let's come up. Inhale, cow, lift the chest. Exhale, hips back, cat. Hips to heels, child's pose. Inhale, come back up, cow pose, lift up. Exhale, hips back to heels, all the way through that rounded spine. Let's come up to a tabletop position now. Bring the knees back to about a hip-width position, blocks about shoulder width, tuck the toes forwards, push the hands down, hug the triceps in, so keep the spine nice and strong and stable and just lift the knees off the ground. So from here, again, the outer hips hug, the ribs pull up, so we keep the body nice and controlled and contained. Can you keep your hips this level without letting them lift? Contain the upper body, step back to a high plank position. So firm the quads, think of tucking your bum back to the heels, pull the chest forwards and press the heel bones back. Take another full breath in. And then slowly, hips up and back, downward facing dog. You still have the hands on the blocks, you can hook the heel of the hands just over the base of the blocks. And if you need to take any movement here, you can move the pelvis around, bend the knees. A little bend of the knees might help to access the spine, starting to tilt the tailbone up, pulling the hips back away from the wrist a little further. Think of the upper back nice and broad. Take a full breath in, hug the ribs up, and pull the collarbones wide. Inhale, lift the right leg up to the sky. Keep the hips square to the ground. Pull the left hip further back and push the right heel behind you. Take a full breath in. And exhale, pull the knee into the chest as you come forwards. Lower the shin down to the ground. So we did this the other day. If you need the blocks a little taller, you can. Untuck the toes of the left foot. Lower the knee and the foot down. Walk the blocks back if you need. Start to hug the right hip back and the left hip forwards as you lift the front of the spine. Come all the way from the pelvis up through the front of the chest. Blocks can go as tall as you need. Take a full breath in. Full breath out if you need, or if your body's able to, hands might come to heart or come to the sky. Again, full breath in, keep wrapping the right hip back. And then exhale, hands come back to the blocks. Tuck the left toes, inhale, right knee to nose. Pull the right knee up into the chest. And step the right foot next to the right block. Lower the left knee. Inhale, crescent moon. Lift the pelvis up so the hips come back on top of the left knee. Pull the right outer hip back and down. Exhale, goalpost the arms like when we were seated. Inhale, arms back up to the sky. If you need a block here, place it next to the right hip. Exhale, left arm comes up and over. Keep hugging the right hip back. Inhale, arms come straight back up. Exhale, hands back to the blocks, tuck the back toes. Lift the back knee. With the back knee lifted, bring your chest up off your front thigh. So really push your left thigh as hard as you can towards the sky. Start to hug the right hip back. Keep the right knee pointed forwards. Again, turn the blocks taller if you need. Make sure they're shoulder width positioned so they're directly underneath the shoulders. Push the left heel further back, and then you'll either be on your fingertips or the arms coming back behind you. Keep sliding the right lateral hamstring back, right butt cheek hugging, left quad pushing up. Option to bring the arms forwards, pull the ribs up and in. Exhale, hands come back down onto blocks. Keep the back toes tucked. Inhale, three-legged dog. Right leg comes up and back behind you. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the left leg. Hug the right hip further back and start to push the left heel a little harder behind you. Take a full breath in. Exhale, left knee up into the chest, and then bring the knee down to the ground just next to the left block or thumb. Untuck the right toes, let the right knee come to the ground. Again, we'll start to hug the outer hips in. So start to slide the left hip back, right hip forwards. The blocks can come further back, even taller if you need that. Starting to pull up from the front of the pelvis. The ribs pull into the back of the body. Left hip again back, right hip forwards. If you have stability with the outer hips, the hands might come to heart, or maybe lift the arms up to the sky. We're here for another full breath in. Exhale, hands come back down to the blocks. Tuck the right toes, lift the knee. Inhale, left knee to nose or to chest. Exhale, left foot next to the left block, lower the right knee. Tuck or untuck the right toes, whatever feels better. Inhale, crescent moon. Arms lift up. So sliding the left hip back, right hamstring is lifted, hips are on top of the right knee. So really pulling the left hamstring back to the glute. Front of the pelvis pulls away from the front thigh. Take a full breath in. Exhale, goalpost the arms, lift the chest up. Inhale, arms back to the sky. Again, you may need a block next to the left hip here. Exhale, right arm reaches up and over. Inhale, come back up to the center. Exhale, hands down onto the blocks. Shoulder width position. Tuck the back toes, lift the back knee. Starting to bring the chest up off the left thigh. Slide the outer left hip back and push the right thigh again as hard as you can to the sky. Turn the blocks taller. Start to come up onto the fingertips. Notice that the left butt cheek is hugging out. Left knee still pointed forward, so the big toe and big toenail is pressing down. If you can, slide the arms back behind you so you're really hugging the outer hips in opposition. The front ribs pull up, chest is pulling forwards. Option to keep the arms back or bring them forwards. We'll take an inhale breath. Exhale, hands back to the blocks. Keep the back knee lifted. Inhale, three-legged dog. Left leg up to the sky. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale. Bring the knees down to the ground. Let's take a child's pose again with the hands on the blocks. We're going to do a little bit more work with the blocks here. So just pressing the palms down again, hips to heels. You need to support the hips or the knees, put something under the body, pull the chest forwards, upper back and chest, collarbones pull wide. Press the hands down about 70%, so we're not going too hard right now. Breathe so deep into the lower abdomen, the stomach pushes out to the inner thighs. And now turn the palms face up towards the sky. If this is too much with the hands on the blocks, you can remove them. Our next option will be to bring the blocks back a little bit closer to you. So from here, with the palms turned up, we'll bring the fingers either onto the shoulders or the fingertips will touch and you'll push the fingers into one another. Continue to walk the elbows forwards and in. So wrap the upper arm bone out and down, hips back to heels. So still nice and active, upper back wide, chest wide. Take one more inhale breath. Slowly release the hands down. Bring the blocks forwards again if you brought them further back. Inhale, come up to a tabletop position. Hands on the blocks. Exhale, tuck the toes. Inhale, hover the knees. Exhale, start with the opposite leg, stepping back to that high plank in a contained position. Take a full breath in, push the heel bones back, the chest pulls forwards. Exhale, downward facing dog, hips up and back. Inhale, lift the right leg straight up to the sky. Exhale, knee to nose. This time, bring bring the knee to the outside of the right arm. Step the right foot outside the right block. Lower the left knee. Inhale, cow of the spine. Lift the chest up. Exhale, cat of the spine. Dome forwards. Again, cow. Lift up through the chest. And exhale as you dome. Inhale, neutral spine. You might stay here. Option to turn the left block at a taller position. Next inhale, breath. Right arm lifts straight up to the sky. Exhale, reach the right hand back behind you. We'll lift the left foot up off the ground. The foot might just stay there, or you might be able to reach it with the hand. If you don't have a strap handy, that is totally fine. If you've got a cramp, drink some water, electrolytes, maybe just breathe. If you have the foot, keep the foot back at the same time you're pulling it in. Keep pulling the right knee towards the chest. Take another full breath in. With control, release the foot to the ground. Right hand down inside the right foot. Inhale, lift the back knee. Now here, pivot the left foot down, turning the right toes in, so you might need to move your block just a little bit. You might come up higher, so you can use the blocks under the hand for a side lunge position, or you'll come down lower into Skandasana. Excuse my back is to you guys. Option for the heel to be down or up on the tiptoes. Left toes can be lifted. If they are, flex them in towards the left hip point. So try and come on your toes with the right foot. So tiptoes like this. Yeah. Take a short stance. Yeah. Take a full breath in. You're going to go to the left. So if you're holding onto blocks, take them with you. Left side, Skandasana. We're only here for a full inhale again. Come onto the tiptoes if you need. Stay in the high lunge, especially if you have any injuries. That's fine, exactly where you are. Exhale back to the right side. Take the blocks if you took them to the back of the mat. And now bring the blocks to the inside of the leg to that lunge wide position. Exhale, left foot steps outside the left block, frog squat. Hands to heart, elbows push the knees back. Option for the arms to come forwards or lifted to the sky. Exhale, ragdoll pose. Tip the hips up, head down, turn the toes forwards. So you're welcome here to bind the arms, maybe take a little sway side to side. Bend the knees quite a lot so the torso comes forwards and down, maybe even rest on the thighs. Take the awkward bind, so the opposite forearm or fingers on top. Let the head and shoulders be heavy. Take one more full breath in. And release the hands to the ground. Bring the feet to a hip width position. Inhale, mountain pose. Bring yourself all the way up, arms to the sky. Exhale, goal pose the arms. Little baby back bend. So tuck your bum down to the heels. Push the quads back, lift the chest up. Inhale, arms lift straight back up. Exhale, bend the knees, tip forwards and down. Lift the hamstrings to fold. Inhale, lift halfway, lean forwards. Grab the blocks, hands on the blocks. Exhale, step back to a high plank position. Remember which foot you started with. Take a full inhale breath. We'll do the opposite next time. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the left leg straight up to the sky. Exhale, left knee to chest. Stay forwards. Inhale, bring the left knee outside the left arm. Keep the foot off the ground if you can. Exhale, step the left foot outside the left block or wrist. Lower the back knee. Turn the blocks taller if you need. Right toes can be tucked or untucked. Inhale, cow of the spine. Lift the chest up. Exhale, cat of the spine. Dome the spine. Pull the front of the pelvis towards the chest. Inhale, lift the chest up, collarbones wide. Exhale as you round the spine forwards. Again, you might stay here. If you do have a block under the right hand, you can always turn it taller. Inhale, left arm straight up towards the sky. You can stay here or exhale, left hand back towards the toes. Now, either you just stay here reaching back or you lift the right foot off the ground. If you can reach the foot with your hand, you will grab it. Turn the block on the tallest side if it's kind of hard to grab. If you've got the foot, you can always use a strap if you need. If you have it, kick it back and start to pull it in. And then start to hug the left knee towards the chest. Keep kicking the right foot back behind you. Take another full breath in. Then with control, if you have the foot, release it to the ground. Left hand comes down inside the foot. Inhale, lift the back knee. Moving the blocks out of the way. Turn the right toes to turn in slightly. Pivot the right heel down. You might stay up this high for a side lunge. Bringing your hips kind of in line with the left knee. You might bring yourself down more into Skandasana, either staying on or coming off the left heel. The right toes are off the ground. Flex them in towards the face. Keep pulling the entire right thigh in towards the right side of the pelvis. Take a breath in. And then travel to the right side. So take the blocks with you if you need. Again, bring the hips up as high as necessary. Full breath in. And exhale to the left. Take the blocks with you. Let's pivot to face the front again. Take a full breath in. Pull the left hip back to exhale. Step the right foot outside the right block. Again, frog squat. Bum down. Hands to heart, elbows to knees. Option arms forwards or lifted. Take one breath in. And exhale, forward fold. Tip the hips up, head down. Inhale, mountain pose. Let's come straight up, arms to the sky. Exhale, baby back bend. So elbows pull down. This doesn't have to be big. Tailbone towards the heels, lift the chest up. Keep the thighs firm, heels pressing down. Inhale, arms back up. Exhale, fold forwards. Again, hamstrings lift, lean the chest out and down. Grab the blocks, lift halfway. Place the hands on the blocks. This time step back with the other leg first to a high plank position. Take a full breath in. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, come up onto the toes. Look forward. We're going to think of lifting the hips, and if you can, you'll jump the feet outside of the blocks or the wrists. So find a little bend in the knees as we lean forwards, jump the feet outside, hands to heart. Okay? Good. Take a full breath in. Exhale, forward fold. Feet about hip width. Inhale, mountain pose. Arms lift all the way up. Option for the baby bend with the mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold. Tip out and down. Inhale, lift halfway, lengthen the spine forwards and up. This time, exhale, low lunge. Step the left foot back, lower the knee. Tuck or untuck the toes, inhale, crescent moon. Arms lift up. Exhale again, that back bend. Chest lifts, elbows down. Tailbone down to the back of the left knee. Inhale, arms to the sky. Exhale, hands to the blocks. Inhale, lift the back knee. And exhale, fly the arms back behind you. Either stay here or inhale, arms come forwards. Straight line from left heel to fingertips. Exhale, bend the back knee, lift up to crescent lunge. Take a full inhale breath. So pull the front of the hips up just like that crescent moon. Exhale, bend the elbows, maybe tap the ground with the left knee. Inhale, lift straight back up. Exhale, forward fold. Step the left foot next to the right. Inhale, arms to the sky. Option that back bend with the inhale breath. Tailbone down to the heels. Exhale, forward fold. Tip out and down. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, low lunge, right foot back. Lower the knee, either tuck or untuck the toes. Inhale, crescent moon. Again, lift the front of the pelvis up, left outer hip down. Exhale, goalpost the arms, lift the chest out of the low back. Inhale, arms to the sky. Exhale, hands to the blocks, tuck the back toes. Inhale, lift the back knee. Either come up onto the fingertips or exhale, fly the arms back. Keep hugging the left hip back. You'll stay here or inhale, lift the arms forwards. Again, straight arm, a straight line from right heel to fingers. And then we'll come into a high lunge, crescent lunge. Take a full inhale breath. Keep lifting the right hamstring, left hip back. Exhale, goalpost the arms. Either hover the right knee or tap it. Inhale, let's come back up, crescent lunge. Exhale, hands to the ground, step into a forward fold by pulling the left hip back. Inhale, lift halfway. Let's bring the toes together and come down to a tiny little ball. So a squat and curl position. Forehead in towards the knees, rounding the mid and low back. Hands can either stay on the blocks or the ground. You're welcome to bring the hands off the ground. Maybe bringing the forearms around the front of the shins, closing the eyes. Take 3 breaths, just a place to reset. Two more. One more full inhale. Let's come into a forward fold at the bottom of the exhale breath. Feet again about hip width. This time, inhale, chair pose. So bend the knees, lift the arms. On the exhale, bring the right hand to the back of the right shoulder, like what we did in our child's pose before. With your left hand, grab the outside of the tricep and wrap the bicep out, the tricep in and down. So the arm comes into the shoulder socket. Hold the front of the tricep. Inhale, stand up, lift your left leg. On the exhale, we'll bring the left foot all the way back behind us, stepping into that lunge legs. On the inhale, lift the chest. On the exhale, open the legs up, warrior 2. Left toes turn in, right toes point forwards. Keep that hold of the arm. Inhale, reverse warrior, front knee bend, right knee bend. Exhale, release the hands down, step into a forward fold. We'll advance that. Each time we do each side. Inhale, chair pose. Again, bend the knees, lift the arms. Exhale, left hand to the back of the shoulder or the neck. This time, right hand to the left tricep, wrapping the elbow forwards. Again, that exhale, step the right foot all the way back. Feet about hip width. Bend the right knee. Inhale, crescent lunge with the arms. Pelvis is forwards. Exhale, open up to warrior 2 legs. Again, hold the front of the left tricep, ribs in and down. Right toes point forwards. Inhale, reverse warrior with these weird arms. Exhale, hands to the ground, pull the left hip back, step forwards, fold. Inhale, lift halfway, hamstrings lift again, reach the chest forwards. Exhale, squat and curl. Take a full breath in. Exhale, forward fold, hips up and back. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, right hand to the back of the shoulder or the neck. Left hand's either on the tricep or you'll bring the left hand behind. Now, if your fingers don't touch, keep your left hand on your right arm. Now, if your elbow's open, I want you to wrap the elbow forwards. Yeah, yeah, even more. Yeah, just like that. So now if the spine's twisted, I want you to bring the spine back, keep the arm where it is. Inhale, we stand up, lift the left leg. Exhale, we step the left foot all the way back. Inhale, crescent lunge, pull the ribs back, right hip back. Exhale, warrior 2. Inhale, reverse warrior. Keep the right knee pushing open. Exhale, release the bind, hands to the ground, step forwards. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, left hand to left shoulder on the back of the neck. Again, you'll wrap the tricep forwards. You'll either stay there. If you have a nice deep internal rotation, right arm comes back behind you. Again, if the spine moves, try and bring it back to the center. Keep the left outer arm pointed forwards, ribs in. Inhale, we stand up, right leg lifts. Exhale, right foot steps back. Bend the back knee, crescent lunge with the bind. Exhale, warrior two with the bind. Right toes turn in. Keep the bind, left knee pushes open. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, release the bind, hands to the ground with control, step forwards. Lift halfway, inhale, breath. Exhale again, toes together, squat and curl, little tiny ball. Bring yourself back down. If you would like to balance, please go for it. Reconnect, regain the breath. Flow through that just once. Take another full breath in. And exhale, forward fold, hips up. Feet about hip width, inhale, chair. We'll face this way so you guys can see. Exhale, right hand to the back of the neck. Either take the full or the half bind. Inhale, stand up, left leg lifts. Exhale, left foot comes back. Again, feet about hip width. Bend the back knee. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, open the legs to warrior two. Inhale, reverse warrior. Keep pushing the right knee open, left thigh firm. Exhale, hands to the ground, step forwards. Inhale, chair pose again. Left hand to the back of the neck, take the full or the half bind. Inhale, we stand up, right leg lifts. Exhale, right foot steps all the way back. Bend the back knee, inhale, crescent lunge, pull the front of the pelvis back. Exhale, open the legs up, warrior two. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, release the bind, step forwards. Inhale, lift halfway. And exhale, squat and curl. Bring yourself onto your back. Lying on your mat. Hug your knees into your chest once you're on your back. Cross your right ankle on your left thigh for a figure four position. And the fingers will either be interlaced at the left hamstring or the left shin. Right toes flex towards the shin. Push the right elbow into the right knee. An option to stay still in the center, or maybe you lean a little left or a little right, wherever you feel a better stretch in the pelvis. Take another full breath in. And then slowly release. We'll cross it over, opposite side. Left shin on top of right knee. Figure four. Interlace the fingers, awkward finger grip. Again, that's just swapping each finger over a complete space. Either at the right shin or hamstring. You can stay still, you can lean a little to the left or the right. Wherever you feel it better in the body on this side. Take a couple more breaths. And that resistance of the left elbow into the left knee. Full breath in. And full breath out, slowly release. Bring the feet to hip width, again, arms down by your side. Inhale, bridge pose, lift the pelvis up. You can rolling the shoulder heads back and down, pressing the triceps down, outer hips wrap up, inner thighs roll down. You have an option to stay here. We're not going to go fully into it right now. In a second we will. Or you'll bring the arms off the ground. Think of the hands facing towards the sky. Maybe you're going to heighten the sky or the roof. The hands will come back next to you. Maybe the hands come next to the ears. Fingers point to the shoulders. Think elbows wrapping in. So it's kind of what we were doing in the child's pose before. Upper arms wrapping out. We'll inhale, lift the arms back up to the sky. Exhale, arms down, release the pelvis to the ground, arms by the side. Do that again. Moving towards a wheel pose or Urdhva. In your practice, you're welcome to go into it each time, or you can just do it once. Otherwise, inhale, bridge pose. Either stay right here, or exhale, lift the arms up to the sky, palms face the sky. Inhale, bring the hands next to the ears. This time, we press into the hands, press into the feet. Maybe exhale, lift up. Might come up onto the tiptoes. Exhale, tuck the chin into the chest. Elbows come in, lower the spine down. You okay? You just stay in bridge if you need to. Take an inhale, lift the pelvis up again. Either stay here or exhale, arms up to the sky. Inhale, bring the hands back next to the ears again. Fingers point to the shoulders, elbows in. Either stay or exhale, press up onto the hands. Think of rolling the inner thighs down, tailbone to the back of the knees. Tuck the chin. And we'll lower ourselves back all the way to the ground. You're welcome to go into wheel pose again if that felt comfortable, easy. Otherwise, bring the knees into the chest. Take the little rock side to side. Now the knees wide like a passive happy baby if that feels comfortable. Pelvis to the ground. Shoulders and head stay connected. Take another full breath. And then release into our resting pose of Shavasana. So the arms and legs will come wide. If you have your blocks handy, you're welcome to put it under the back of the knees. Always feels nice for me. A hand towel or maybe eye pillow, put that over the eyes. A blanket over the pelvis and the abdomen. Any breath control or manipulation, you can let that go. As you allow yourself to sink heavily here. Think of every cell of the body melting down. Getting heavy and relaxing, surrendering. Mind and body working through movement, new shapes, new concepts, maybe learning something different. If so, letting that be integrated into the rest of daily life, however it can be. So as you lie here, again, just paying attention in a really hazy way. So it's not an active mind, it's just more of a simply being here. Everything that's happening around you is happening. And you're just noticing it, like you're standing behind a veil almost. You're noticing it like it's not affecting the mind or the body in any way whatsoever. It's just happening there. And what you're doing right where you are, happening at the same time, just in a different capacity. But those other things, even though they're around you, you hear them, you might smell them, feel them. They're not changing your state in any way. You're able to let go, you're completely at ease. highly suggest staying right here. Letting yourself just enjoy this time, being as present as you can be. If and when you are ready to move back into tonight, deepen your breath. Today, whenever you're watching this, let the breath deepen, let the body slowly move. Little tiny movements, first of all, fingers and toes. And the arms and the legs, maybe stretch out. Bring the knees into the chest, maybe roll onto the side. And as you're ready, coming up to a seated position that's comfortable. You may want to sit up on your props to make it more of a comfortable seat. The eyes can be open or closed. The hands might be on the legs, in the lap, at the heart, over the heart, whatever feels natural for today. I'd like you to notice, find one thing that you may have received or found, or something that you gained from today, and how you can use that in whatever you have to do for the rest of tonight. Thank yourself for putting your energy into something that's very positive and helpful for you. Bring the hands now through prayer. Thumbs come to the third eye. Let's bow in gratitude. Namaste. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank you so much. If you're still in Shavasana, just stay. Relax. This will be over on YouTube, which is youtube.com NJTravers. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. I would love that. Love it. Share it with everybody. Comments and feedback and thumbs up, always appreciated. Okay, I'm going to stop all these now. I hope that you have an amazing rest of your night, guys.